I've tried keto and I've tried, high protein things on its own, and I was always hungry. I think with this plan, because it's super balanced and it's sustainable, I don't get that feeling.
What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. Another day, another video, and I'm here together with a student of mine who is an incredible source of inspiration. This woman has been putting in a lot of hard work, showing mental resiliency. So, without further ado, as her Zoom name is CBIB. How you doing, champ lady? How's everything going with you, Carem?
Hi, coach.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
Good.
Awesome. How was your day so far?
It's going great. Just got started. I did my morning stretches
Yes.
to get day going and set up the intention for today.
Awesome. Yeah, you've been with us for a minute now. You joined us in mid-December, correct?
Yeah, I did.
Awesome. And yeah, you've been putting in
A year, and I think I kept seeing your, I just followed you on Instagram, and I kept seeing some of the inspirational work you were doing. So I thought it was perfect timing.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm super glad you reached out to us. If my microphone acts up, you let me know, right? Because we've been having some troubles with it on my side. But yeah, you've been with us since then, and please, why don't you share a little bit of your journey? I know your journey. I'm a part of your journey, so I'm just talking about it makes me smile. But if you please could share a little bit of how this has been with you and like where you started compared to where you are right now.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's been such an interesting journey, and it's been completely different than what I've experienced in the past. I started out after 2 years of being completely stagnant throughout the pandemic, not having moved much, working from home, really starting to feel joint pain, feeling like some of the simpler tasks were difficult, and feeling that even when I try to exercise, I would struggle to work because I would have muscle pains, and I would injure myself. So I reached out. I thought, okay, let's see how this works. And frankly, I was a little. I wasn't a believer at the time, because and who's going to keep me accountable, who's going to watch what exercises I do. Like, I had some open questions, but I thought, well, you got to try something. And so the things I had tried before weren't working. And so in the last 4 months, really, we've been following the exercises. And I think one of the things that's most impressed me is how thoughtful you are about the workouts you put together. And in that you've really built out. It's almost like you built me out from inside out, and there's still a ton of work to do. I'm not saying, I haven't reached where I want to go. And I've actually, I think over the last 4 months, where I want to go is now it looks a lot different than where I started, because I think more is possible. But build me out with that, because I think like addressing the joint pain, for example, I started doing squats sitting on the bench and then lifting up, and I remember how you would say, like, don't overexert yourself. Even if you think this is too easy, start with the sitting on the bench. A while back, I was telling in the teams in one of the weekly calls that we have, the bi-weekly calls that we have, how there's this exercise, the warm roll-ups that you do. In essence, you bend down and you kind of crawl into a plank, and then you crawl back up. And when I started, I couldn't do them, and I thought about giving up. I thought about not skipping the exercise altogether, but I made some little modifications here and there. And so just all of that has kind of gotten me to a place where now I feel stronger and I feel more confident.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. And just I really want everyone to hear those key things that you said there. It's like we started doing squats while sitting down on a bench and standing back up and almost like rocking, getting back up. And now just a few months later, you're using the barbell, doing squats, doing different things. You're doing overhead presses with the barbell, sending us videos. And I mean, I think it's so inspiring. I'm just gonna be honest, I think it's so fucking inspiring. I gotta be honest with you. I'm so happy, so proud of you. And you lost a ton of weight and all of this. Like, so there are like the aesthetic part. Like you lost a lot of weight. I think you lost like 15 pounds, something like that, since we started. But the more important thing is that what I get happy when I hear is like you changed your goal. You changed your goal. It's like, it was here, but that became too attainable. So we're pushing it even further. It's really that done next mentality, right? Like constantly like, okay, wow, I got here. Wow, I'm already here. Okay, perfect. So let's see how far I can push.
Yeah, that's exactly this is in just expanding horizons and in many ways. And I told you I feel muscle building in a way that I haven't built muscle in the past.
Yeah.
Makes me feel strong. And it's funny because there's this body mental work, right?
Yeah.
And I think in days where life feels overwhelming, I can lean into that physical strength. And now everything seems okay. And I think that's the other piece that has been key to this, because and I'm just, I guess, the world, right, where the pandemic is, it's really easy to feel like you're cornered. But when you're building that physical strength, then you can like really sort of evolve that mental strength as well.
Absolutely. And with all, sorry about that. That's my phone here. And with all of the tools and all of the constant work we are using in the Dancers Health program, and all how we are constantly like bouncing back and forth. And what's been so amazing with you is that you've been sharing. So as soon as you've been feeling something, it's like you share it with me. So you have also allowed me to be coached, to coach you, right? You're very coachable, which is a key thing in this, because just like you're saying, we really I customize these programs for you. So if you're feeling something, I need you to communicate that with me. And you've been great doing that. So that's also one of the main reasons, like, why we are moving forward, not only fast, but we're also moving forward like sustainable, right? Like this is not that's also one of the things that we talked about in the beginning, that we didn't want this to be a diet type of thing. We wanted it to be a sustainable lifestyle change for you, right?
Oh yeah, that's been key. And it's funny because I have people asking me, oh, what are you eating? What are the macros? How many calories? And everybody has an opinion, right? So I sometimes hear they like, oh, that's too little. You're you should be eating more, or I think that's too drastic. And I go, but I'm never hungry.
Yeah.
I'm always come in within my range, and I'm never hungry. I am a lot more mindful though, because I think one of the lessons you've taught me is about macros and the importance of macros. Because I think in the past I used to really lean heavy on the carbs, and even maybe the same amount of calories, I would still be hungry. But now with really building out the protein counts, that's been a life lesson for me.
That's beautiful to hear. And exactly like you're saying, everyone have opinions, and everyone will, and it's some are good, some are bad, but there is so many ways to go to wherever you want to go, right? There is no right or wrong way, but we need to decide to go a way. So we have chosen to go this route together. And because, like you're saying, we're having bi-weekly webinars, we're constantly talking back and forth inside of our application, we can tweak that. The moment you start telling me, hey, coach, I'm constantly hungry, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, then we need to do something about that, because that's not the goal of this.
Yeah, no, for sure. But for me, because I've tried other things like just counting calories, for example, on my own, or I've tried keto, and I've tried, high protein things on its own, and I was always hungry. I think with this plan, because it's super balanced and it's sustainable, I don't get that feeling, which is helpful because I've been able to identify the moments when I'm hungry because I'm anxious.
Yeah, exactly. And all of these things are too, like these are, it's key to be able to recognize that, right? And again, we're focusing equally as much on the mental part as we do on the physical part, because they walk hand in hand. Just like you're saying, when the world is getting heavy, we can rely on our strength that we've been building physically, because we understand how strong we are mentally also, right? So there's going to be people watching this, and there's going to be people asking, it's like, hey, but what type of training, or like, because what I think, and I think that is one of my own biggest, I'm not going to use the word roadblocks, but one of the things that I ponder upon a lot is that because I look in a certain way, and I'm a guy, and I'm the opposite of you, right? Like, you're a woman, I'm a man. So it's like, how do you feel if someone is watching this and they're saying, hey, but like, I would like to join, but the things he's doing on his social media, that's not for me. Like that's too extreme. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. I think and it goes back to how you build out the program, right? I think I remember the first weeks we did a lot of stretching. We did a lot of functional mobility, and we would have these sort of short bursts, like 10, 15 minutes of sort of cardio hit type of workouts where we were moving kind of, but they were built out with like 10, 15 minutes of warm up of really working the joints and kind of stretching. And I thought those were super important because it got me to the 10 minutes to work out. And now I look forward to those like short bursts of HIIT workouts, because those are the ones where we're moving fast and I can kind of compare what I used to do versus what I can't do now. But I see you sometimes, lifting. I don't know what it is. So you're maybe 200, 300 pounds on a deadlift. And it does look intimidating, but, I started doing deadlifts with 8 pounds. And exactly. I remember I said, when you said, you're way stronger than that, let's try a little heavier. Yeah. But I think that was super important because it built me out, and it didn't put me in a place where I felt so uncomfortable or so sore the next day that I didn't want to come back.
Exactly, and that's so important, right? And for the record, I'm lifting 440. All right, I'm doing 440 pounds in deadlift. I just for the record. But with that being said, it's like this is one of the things that we are constantly talking about. Like, I'm comparing against me. Like, I'm competing against me. Like, don't look at the things that I'm doing, but listen to what I have to say, because that's the key. Like, it's the teaching behind everything. And it goes back to what we are talking about, like students, not clients, because we want, my ultimate goal is that you can be able to, number one, reach all of your goals. But then at one point also, it's like, you know what, coach, I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to take my own jump and use my wings for a little while and then circle back with me, because we don't want anyone to be dependent on us, right? And I think that is super important. And yeah, I get so much to ask you, honestly, because your journey has been such an inspiration. But what if there is someone who's watching this and saying, is like, they're watching this and they're still a little hesitant, maybe they were in a similar situation as you were, have a little joint pain, and then like, what do you have to, what could you say to someone who's watching and considering joining us?
I think would be just don't sort of, I guess, address your preconceptions, but put them to the side for now. Yeah. And really give it an honest try. Because I think it's, like I said, I came with preconceptions of like, oh, this is an online program, so he's accountable. He's not going to correct me if I do exercises wrong. Things like, well, how's he going to know if I ate more? Some of the things that you think about when you're in front, sort of on a face-to-face program. Yeah. My hesitations, but if you've got similars, just think through and kind of put them to the side, and I would say talk to Coach Sebastian, because I think when we have that initial conversation, you were very direct about what to expect, and how this was a really a two-way partnership, right? Because you give the knowledge, but I have to have the commitment to take on the actions. And I know, for example, I haven't missed a single workout that you've given me this time around. And that's key, because I do have the flexibility to move them around. I think it was Monday I missed my full body workout, but I already have it scheduled for Saturday.
Exactly.
Because I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm looking at the long term. It's not just the day to day.
Exactly. And again, that goes back to what we talked about before. It's like, it's a sustainable lifestyle journey that we are on. Like, I don't care what you ate on Thursday. I don't care what you ate I don't care what you ate on Thursday. I don't care how you trained on Thursday. What we care about is like the totality. It's like, let's look at the week. How was her week? And then from there we can draw an assumption. It's like, you missed this workout. Listen, everybody misses workouts. Like, it's not the end of the day. You move your workout, do it another day. And like you're saying, but again, your consistency has really proven to work, right? And I mean, just like you're saying, we are almost 4 months in and you haven't missed a single workout, which is just absolutely amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. And yeah, the sky is not the limit. It's just the view.
Yes. Yeah.
So awesome, Chef Lady. Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to run over with you. Is there anything else you wanna share, or like, I think we covered most of it, to be honest with you. And just, I think it's so important that what you're sharing, just the fact of it, we are there for you. We are able to, there is a way for us, because we've been doing this. I've been doing this for 7 years online. So like there is ways for us to help you with your form, to be there and hold you accountable and check up on you. It's like we have that system nailed down, right? So is there anything else you want to add or I forgot to say?
Oh, I think I really want to highlight the importance of how you build the program, because I think for me that was key. If you would have jumped me in right off into some of the heavier exercises, I'm pretty certain I would have bailed. But you really did a good job, and I hear a lot of people saying, I don't like exercise. I don't think I can exercise. But some of this is really building a body to do basic movement and to move through life much easier. It's not necessarily about running a marathon or participating in the Olympics, although it does cross my mind every now and then. I'm having trouble hearing you.
Am I back? I'm back.
There you are.
And just the fact that it's actually crossing your mind, I think like just that tells me so much. It's like, look where you are mentally compared to before. It's like just that thought. It's like, yeah, that's not impossible. It's like, not now, maybe not this year, but like, yeah, I could go there. Like if I wanted to, if I did put my mind in to go to that place mentally to run a half a marathon or marathon, like I could make that happen. And just that says so much. And also, to circle back to what you said about the program, how we're building it step by step, right? We really start with just like functional mobility exercises. Let's just get your body started for a couple of weeks because you haven't done anything in a while, and then slowly but surely get yourself up there. And then 15 pounds down, 14 or 13 weeks in, we are just we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to go. I'm super proud of you. We have so much more work to so many more milestones to pass. So really appreciate you. Thank you so much for getting on this talk together with me, and see you soon. Talk to you soon inside of the application.
Thank you. Bye.
Ciao.